Howdy, it's Jim Arado, and this is very early May 2023, and we're in Charlevoix, Michigan. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. I looked it up. I may have pronounced it wrong in another video, but I believe it's Charlevoix. And man, did we have a nice time in this area. It did snow a tiny bit. We were here late April, early May, and we did experience a little bit of snow anyway while we were here, but that didn't stop us from having a great time. We really love this area. Michigan is just really becoming one of those areas that we find ourselves there, but we don't find ourselves there enough. And I really, really like Michigan. And I've said it before, I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but especially towns like Charlevoix kind of give Michigan, this area of Michigan, near Lake Michigan, right there right beside Lake Michigan, it feels very much like New England. And Charlevoix especially has, if you've been to New England, you've hit those charming little towns. Michigan has all of that. It's just fresh water instead of salt water, and that is okay. But yeah, we drove through Charlevoix. We stopped here and enjoyed it quite a bit too. Lots of nice little shops. Unfortunately, I think we were here just before their tourist season started, so there were some shops that weren't open, but several were, and every single one that we stopped into, man, I tell you what, the owners or the people working there, they were friendly, they were chatty, they were happy to be there, and I can understand why. This is such a great area. And just to mention it, and I'll put up another video about it, but we stayed in, is it Bay Harbor? Yeah, and we stayed at the inn at Bay Harbor. It's part of the autograph collection. I think it's Marriott. And that was unbelievable. I still can't get over how great of a time we had at that nice hotel. Just spectacular. Their staff was great too. Just everybody we dealt with in this area was phenomenal, and that definitely was the case at our hotel. They had a beach out back, and I was asking about collecting Petoskey stones. I didn't know a thing about it, and the very sweet young ladies at the front desk produced a little card for me, kind of giving information about Petoskey stones, what to look for, and then they gave me a bag so I could go collect some, and I did. It was very nice. A couple of parks through here too that we stopped at and looked for rocks, and that was nice. It was very cold though, so we didn't spend as much time doing that as we may have otherwise. But that was fun. And this area is just oozing with history. Tons of it, but just a couple of things that stuck out to me when I looked over Wikipedia. May 1980, former WVOY employee Tim Moore started WKHQ-FM, a radio station in downtown, and it moved to Petoskey in the 1990s, but it's still licensed as being out of Charlevoix. And the station was mentioned by Casey Kasem several times on American Top 40 during the 1980s. I just thought that was cool. I love local radio. I'm going to have to look that station up and just check that out because I like that sort of thing. A Walmart back in 2004, 2005, Walmart tried to build a superstore on the edge of town, and locals basically shut that down. So I'm sure the small independent guys in town appreciated that, and I thought that was pretty cool. A couple of other things. Of course, tourism is really big here. Notable people. Ernest Hemingway, iconic author, spent his boyhood summers in the area, setting many of his Nick Adams stories on or near Lake Charlevoix. And we would go drive around the Lake Charlevoix. A little bit later, I'll put up another video. We just love this whole area. I've discovered Charlevoix coffee, and that was pretty cool too. I love that sort of thing. I love the art on the side of the building there. I dealt with several nice little businesses. Obviously, they're doing some construction there. I'm kind of curious as to what they're going to be doing there, but I'm sure there'll be a cute little building up at some point in the near future. Oh, and we stopped here. This was the Harwood Gold Cafe, and they have coffee. You can stop, you can have coffee. We had some great coffee here, by the way, and we picked up some nice presents for our friends back home. Their prices, their prices were good. They had quality stuff, and we just enjoyed being here. If I lived in the area, I would be hanging out here all the time. Anyway, that's Charlevoix, Michigan. What did I miss? What do I need to make sure I check out next time I'm there? We loved this little town.